Hi friends, welcome to the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby and I am coming to you from southeastern New Brunswick, Canada. Today is Friday, November the 21st, 2025, and you are watching episode 129. Yes. Welcome to my podcast. This is a podcast where I share with you all my adventures with the fiber arts, which include knitting and crocheting and spinning. And today I have a treat for you guys because I have all three with me and I am super excited about that. So if that's your kind of thing, then stay tuned. I always have detailed show notes in the description box below. There's like this little arrow that you can click, and I always link you directly to any pattern makers that I talk about and so on. So you can find all that down there. You can also find links to where you can find me on the internet. I am most active on Instagram as Inspired Knitting Podcast, and you can also find me over on Ravelry as X Country Girl 1986X. So welcome. I hope you have a warm beverage. It is rather cold here today in the Maritimes. It might not be where you are, so as long as you have a beverage of your choice and a craft, we will pretty much get right into the podcast. I don't really have a lot of chatter. It's been a good couple of weeks. I did a holiday market, like a Christmas market, and it didn't go so bad. It was pretty nice. And yeah, I'm back at our farmers market tomorrow. So I've been doing a little bit of work for that as well. I've sold few pairs of my socks, so I'm trying to like knit socks that are for market, which is kind of hard because some of them I really want to keep for myself. But that's okay. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I have finished objects, I have a couple works in progress, and then I will show you my spinning that I have done. So the first pair of socks that I have to share with you today is my Don't Wake the Pumpkins socks. This is by Area 51 Fibers. I showed these as a work in progress last time and I have since finished them. Now, you might see down here in the toe that I have purple, black, and purple. That's not the way the repeat's supposed to go. It's supposed to be purple, black, then the yellow. I ran out of yarn. So I really love when I do self-striping socks for my stripes to match. So I started them both here. So when I went to start the second sock to get back to that light yellow, I had to rip out some yarn repeats to get back to it, and in doing so I ran out of yarn. So I had to take my little ball that I had wound off, and unfortunately I had the black stripe, which I needed. That would have come next after the purple, but it was like in reversed order, shall we say. So it meant that the purple came after the black, where it shouldn't have. It should have been the light yellow, if that made any sense at all to you. But it was in reverse order rather than being in the order that I needed it to be. But that's fine. It's fine. It is what it is. This was a 50-gram ball I had of the self-striping from Area 51 Fibers. So I think I did a longer leg on these socks. Had I not done a longer leg, like I did 2 repeats here of the color. And if I hadn't done that, then maybe I wouldn't have ran out of the yarn so fast, but it's okay. In whips, I'm going to share another Area 51 Fibers sock that I am doing right now, and I am not going to rip out any more repeats. If I end on a color, then I'm just going to start the next color. It's going to be one stripe off, but it doesn't matter. I don't want to keep ripping off repeats and then running out of yarn again. I don't want that to happen. I'd rather the flow continue the way that it's supposed to, rather than having that happen again. so it's okay. But anyways, Area 51 fibers, Don't Wake the Pumpkins. It was a Halloween colorway. Love it. I used Patton's Croy, which is definitely a different feel than the Area 51 fibers, but I really wanted black, and unfortunately it was the only black that I had in my stash, so I just went for it and it worked. So I did the cuffs, heels, and toes in the black. I did 15 rounds of a 2x2 ribbing for the cuff, slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset, and just a standard toe. I love them. They're perfect. So there's those pair. And then the next pair I have with me, these you guys have not even seen as a work in progress. I waited for Veterans Day to be over, and then it was like, okay, now we can knit the Christmas yarn. So I went into my stash and I had a couple Area 51 fiber Christmas colorways from last year that I hadn't gotten into, and this was one of them. Now, I don't have the tag for this one, unfortunately, but I did look on her website, and I'm pretty sure that this colorway is called Vintage Christmas. So I'm pretty sure. She actually had it in last week's update. Gorgeous. And for this one, I decided to use a blue mini that I had. The mini is from Gobsmacked Yarns, which is Merritt in Sackville, New Brunswick. And she had a 3-skein mini set. It was this beautiful icy blue, a pretty pink, and she also had a white in it. And it was a three-skein mini skein set, and it's called Trans Pride, and it's actually on her website right now. If you go over to gobsmackedyarn.com, I believe it is. She actually has it right on her front page, I believe, as long as she still has some in stock. But it actually is a BFL, I believe. I don't have the tag with me, but I'm pretty sure it was a BFL nylon, and they're 20-gram minis. Very beautiful. I thought that it would be perfect for cuffs, heels, toes, and I really, really love how the blue sets off these socks. So I do have the second one here. And I absolutely love these. These took me only 3 days to knit. They were just flying off my needles. I just loved the colors so much. And it does remind me of a vintage Christmas, for sure. So there's those. And again, I just did 15 rounds, 2x2 rib. And this time, no, I did do 2 repeats of the color. But it worked out on this pair of socks. I don't know. From now on, I'm not going to order 50-gram skeins because I do like putting a longer leg on my sock. So I think I'm just going to stick to doing 100 grams. I did order some yarn from her latest update on Friday, but I got DK weight, so it's 100-gram skein. But I think from now on, I'm going to stick with 100 grams just because I do like doing a longer leg. Okay, so those are my socks that I finished. The next thing I have to share with you is crochet. So I was asked at my holiday market that I did if I did baby mittens, and I do. It's just that they sell out like super quick, and I hadn't restocked them. So I went to another market, which was called Moonlight Madness. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. That was on Friday, last Friday. So Moonlight Madness is an event that happens in Sackville, New Brunswick. And it happens in the evening, and we had a bunch of vendors that were lined up on Main Street that were selling different wares. And I didn't go venturing out because I found it to be very cold that evening. It would happen from 5 5:30 till 9 o'clock at night, and everybody that was coming in was like freezing. So I was lucky. I got asked to be a vendor at the Roost Cafe on York, which is one of my favorite cafes. Me and my friend, we go there almost all the time. At least once a week I go. I know she goes there a lot more than me, but it's one of the best places for coffee. I really, really love it. It's actually beaten out my Tim Hortons. I don't even drink Tim Hortons coffee anymore, guys. What? But anyways, the Roost Cafe, they asked me to be a vendor, so I was very happy about that. It was such a beautiful night. People were coming in and getting their coffee and getting their treats, and they would come over and say hi. It was just really nice. But again, I was asked for baby mittens and I didn't have them. So all that to say is I decided to make some, but this time I decided instead of doing a knitted pattern, I wanted to try the crocheted version. So we'll see how these ones go. I will link the designer below. It is a free pattern. I think it was called, I'm not even going to say it because I might mess it up. If I remember to, I'll put the name across here. But she has the pattern for free written on her blog, and she also has a free video tutorial on how to do these baby mittens. They're super easy to do and they're really quick to crochet up. They're worsted weight yarn. I used worsted weight yarn. It was just, I'm using acrylic. I would have preferred wool, but I don't have a lot of worsted wool. I do have a lot of sweater quantities of worsted wool, but I'm not willing to pull them apart. So I'm just using acrylic, but this is just like a Bernat Premium, I believe is what it's called. And then I did another pair. I'm using a 375mm crochet hook. And this pair is, get the fluffies off of it. This pair is used, crocheted using Knit Picks Brava, which again is another acrylic, but it's in the sport weight. I didn't realize that when I first started it. I thought it looked a bit thin, but you can kind of see the difference between the worsted and the sport. But I still went with it. I thought that, you know, not every baby has big hands. There's some that have little tiny ones too. So I just went with it and did those. And then I'm thinking later today I need to do a blue pair for a little boy because those are kind of girly colors like usual. I do the girly colors. So I will make sure to post the pattern below. That way you can check it out. It is free and it is a pretty amazing pattern. I love it. Okay, so I have one more thing. This is a half finished object, and then we will go on into whips. So the next thing I have to share with you is another sock whip. And Area 51 fibers. And this colorway is called Home for the Holidays. It's on her sturdy alien base, which is an 80/20 superwash merino and nylon. And here it is. Isn't that pretty? It reminds me of gingerbread houses. And here is the pink from Gobsmacked yarn. I used the pink for the cuff. I did 15 rounds of a 2x2 ribbing. And I did my slip stitch heel flap in the pink as well. And that is the pink and the blue that came in Gobsmack's mini skein set, and it also comes with a white as well, so I have a white mini as well. So I put the pink in here just for the cuffs and the heels. Area 51, absolutely love it. I love these socks. They are perfect. So I just finished this one off this morning, so I have yet to cast on the second sock, but I will probably do that at some point today. Okay, so let's now move into works in progress. And I forgot to take this one off of my chair, if I even can. Nope, it is stuck. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. And we're back. It was just stuck between me and the cabinet. Okay, so I haven't worked on my Musselburgh a lot, but I did get some progress on it since the last time we spoke. I'm going to show you the yarn first. So for my Musselburgh this time, I'm using a fingering weight yarn, and I'm using a beautiful gradient. And there's a cable needle in here. I'm using a beautiful gradient from Gobsmacked Yarn. And it is on her Tough Yak fingering, which is a 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, 10% nylon, 100 grams, 438 yards, and the colorway is called Batten Down the Hatches. And you can see her website there. I said gobsmacked.com. It's gobsmacked.ca. Yeah. Highly recommend you go check it out. She has a lot of beautiful yarn ingredients on her website. All very beautiful. And here is, I'm going to try to share this with you. Here is my gradient that I'm working with. So pretty. And this is what I have so far. So not a whole lot of progress has been made on it. The last time we spoke, I was here at this purple marker, so I put like that much work on it, which is a fair amount. I think the only reason why I haven't worked on it a lot is because it is a darker yarn. It's very saturated, and it's hard for these old eyes to see the yarn even throughout the day. Even though we have, like, today is a sunny day and the lights are on, it's still kind of hard for me to see. Like, after knitting on it just a little bit, my eyes start to hurt. And maybe if I put my glasses on, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I know there's a couple of you yelling at me right now, but I don't do that. So this isn't seeing a ton of work, but it is seeing some, and I'm very happy with it. It's going to be so beautiful when it's done. I'm doing the adult large, I believe. 2mm needles, so it is a little bit slow going. It is fingering, but it is beautiful. And as you can tell, I still have to put my end in here. I just cast on the stitches that I need and just join it in the round magic loop. And then I increase to whatever size that I want to do. And then I go, like this is on a 16-inch circular now. I just put it on a 16-inch circular and keep knitting until I get to the decreases on the other end. And once it gets small, I just put it back on magic loop. But for that original little hole, I just do a regular long tail cast on, and then once I get my increase section done, usually I go in and I tie everything up, but this time I haven't done that so far, as you can tell. But that's all I do. I don't do nothing fancy. I don't do the pinhole cast on or anything like that. I have tried it and it's too fiddly for me, so I just do the regular cast on, which actually a lot of people are starting to do, so it works. So I'm just going to put that back here. I always keep a project on my wheelchair because I hate going out somewhere and having to sit and not have any knitting, which has happened to me before. So I usually have a project bag or two on the back of my wheelchair, always waiting. Okay. The next thing I have to share with you is in my gorgeous coffee gnome bag by Bags by Awesome Granny. And it is a sweater. It is my Zig. Did I get it right this time? I did. It is the Zig sweater by Andrea Mowry. I always mess that up. Okay, so I have gotten the body all done on this sweater, and I am so thrilled. I'm just gonna set the bag down and see. All right, hopefully I can show this to you guys, right? Here is the first shoulder. Here's the neck. It is all joined up now. There's the bottom. It has the color work on the bottom. Hopefully you guys did see that because I couldn't see the camera. But there's the color work on the bottom. Beautiful ribbing. It's got a split hem on each side. And I have the body all done, and I am super excited about that. It is a bottom-up sweater. I'm not very fond of bottom-up sweaters, but now that I got this portion done, I am pretty happy. I'll just turn it around, that way you can see the back neck of the sweater and you see that beautiful color work. So the shoulders are joined by an, what do they call it? You can see the seam. It's done with a 3 needle bind off. I don't think I'm giving anything away by that, but oh, it's so nice. And I said that I was really worried about working color work back and forth in rows, and I'm pretty happy with my gauge. Like, there's no pulling. I did not go up a needle size. I just kept the main needle that I was using, and I'm using a 4mm, and it worked out great. I was just watching my tension, making sure that I didn't pull too much, and yeah, I'm like really happy with the way it turned out. So yeah, and I did pick up my first sleeve, so I have that much of my sleeve done so far, which it's really great because your shoulder, it comes halfway way down your arm here, so your sleeve isn't going to be that much like that long. It's going to be long enough, but you don't have to do all that knitting, so that's pretty nice. So I've got that much done so far. I got them on my Chagu 16-inch. And there is going to be color work down here on the sleeves as well. For this project, we are using Indigo Dragonfly. And again, I do not have the tags with me because I keep caking up the yarn as I need be, and I'm not putting the tags in my bag. So one day, I promise, I will have it on my Ravelry at least what the colorways are. But all 3 of them are on the DK Matter base. And it is just glorious. I really love this sweater. It is so pretty. So I am very excited about that. That is a major part of knitting that is now done on the sweater, and now I can just focus on getting the sleeves done. So once I get the first sleeve done, I always feel like we're definitely in the home stretch, but I like getting those first set of decreases in because I don't always follow the decreases that they ask for, and I haven't with this one either because I felt like the upper arm was just a little bit small on the small side. So I decided not to do the first set of decreases. So as I do my decreases now, I'm going to be putting in a light bulb stitch marker, so it's going to go faster when I do the second sleeve, because then I can just watch where I did my decreases and then remove my markers. So yeah, that is my Zig by Andrea Mowry. Well, it's not my Zig, I'm knitting it for my friend, but it's coming along beautifully, and the yarn is like a dream to knit with as well. It is a very beautiful, I believe it is a superwash base. And I'll just show my bag one more time because it's my absolute favorite bag. Okay, so that is pretty much all that I have been working on of late. I've just been concentrating on the socks and the sweater, and in between I've been working on my hat. So that's been the majority of it. The next thing that I'm going to share with you is a little bit of spinning. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it, I think I did, but I ended up selling my Ashford traditional spinning wheel just because I was able to treadle it, but my legs aren't what they used to be. It's getting a little bit worse, and I can't seem to get the proper rhythm going with the wheel. So I decided to sell it, and I ended up purchasing a electric wheel. Now I already have the electric eel nano by Dreaming Robots, and I absolutely love it. I've had it now for at least 3 or 4 years. I absolutely adore it. I always spin my singles on it, but I was using my Ashford traditional to ply the yarn because the nano is a small wheel and it does not hold that much fiber. So I bought a second electric wheel. It is not an electric eel. It's just one that I found on Amazon. It had really good reviews, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love the wheel so far. It's taking a little bit of adjustment to get used to, but I love it, and it will hold up to 8 ounces of fiber. So that is pretty amazing. So I had some lily and pine, like a fiber braid that I had been working on, and the singles had been sitting for a little bit, waiting to be plied up. So I went and took the singles and put them on my new wheel, and we got this beautiful skein of yarn. Reminds me of like lemonade, pink lemonade. It is a 3-ply, and I roughly have 150 grams of, or 150 yards of what I would say is a DK. I always have trouble figuring out how to do the yardage at the end. I googled it. I think I figured it out correctly, but I roughly have 150 yards. So yeah, there we go. I don't remember what the colorway name is. I did save the tag. I just didn't think to bring it today, but it's Lily and Pine, and unfortunately they are no longer dyeing yarn or roving, so that's unfortunate because I really love them. But yeah, and then I thought that I would bring this along. This is one of the bobbins from my new wheel. And I made a mistake because it came with 6 bobbins, and this is actually one of the bigger bobbins that would fit 8 ounces of fiber, and I'm spinning my singles on it. So, oops, but that's okay. I have a second one. They give you 2 bobbins, big bobbins. So this is my newest spin. I took it off so you guys could see it. And this one is a gorgeous blend from Shades of You. Now there's going to be some crinkling because I still have it in a bag. So this is Shades of You. And this is an 18.5 micron merino alpaca camel mulberry silk top. Hand dyed in Nova Scotia, Canada, 100 grams. And this is what it looks like. I took the braid apart and folded it in half, and then I folded it in half, pulled it apart, and now I'm spinning half of it. I spin a woolen spun. I really love a woolen spun. It lets more air into the fiber instead of being so tight, or as I would say, tight. And it just lets more air in, so it's a little bit more lofty, I suppose. But I'm just going to do a 2-ply yarn, so I figured if I split the roving in half, then I would have a really nice 2-ply yarn. So I'm going to do that. I want to get the most yardage out of it. It's got silk in it, so I would really love this to go into maybe something like a cowl. So I would like to have that extra yardage. So that is what my goal is for this one. And I'm really, really excited to see this when it's plied up and then knit, because it is just gorgeous. This is my colors for sure. So I'm excited. I haven't, I got the spinning wheel and I was like going at it almost every day, just for like half an hour. And now that kind of fell off, but I need to get back to it because I really enjoy it. And it's really exciting once you ply the yarn up and you actually have yarn that you spun. It's really, really exciting. So I need to get back into doing at least 30 minutes a day of spinning because it's so enjoyable. Okay, pretty sure that is all I have to share with you guys today. I've been pretty good. That's not true. I have not been good. I don't have any yarn to share with you today, but I do have yarn coming. So you'll probably see that next time. But I'm really excited because I didn't buy any advents this year, because I still have my Yarn Indulgences Advent, which I think I spoke about before, but I still have that one from last year. So I figured I would figure out a project. It's going to be a shawl, and I'm really excited because Carla of Carla Knits podcast, she recently did a video on 40 different patterns that you can knit using your advents or just scraps or minis. And she was wearing this beautiful shawl that was used, I think it used 24 minis, and that's what I have. So I might actually look into that pattern. It is a crescent shaped shawl, which I do like them. I'm not crazy about them. I love asymmetrical the most, but I might give it a go. I think it'll work nicely with the colors. They're all tonal colors that I have. But all that to say, that is my advent this year. But I ended up going onto Instagram and I saw that the Cozy Knitter, she did her her second run of her advent skein, her 24 stripe. It's a sock. Well, it could be if you wanted to. Most people do socks with them, but she had extras that were left over, and I end up snagging one on Gold Stellina. So I'm like super excited. It's supposed to be here on Monday, and I am so excited. I've always wanted to do the Cozy Knitter advent, but I just never did, and this year I will have one. So I will technically have 2 advents to work with, putting in a stripe on a sock every day. So that will be really fun. So I'm excited about that. So I have not been good, but I don't have anything to share with you today for stash enhancement. So I'm just gonna let you guys go instead of babbling on here. As always, there's links below, as I said before. And until next time, happy knitting and take care. Bye.